Your JMeter test might be failing, not because of your API, but because you are hitting it too fast. Timers are the secret sauce to stimulate the real world user behavior, and if you don't use them right, your load test will give you misleading results. So hello and welcome everyone. In this video, I will show you how to use timers the right way, constant timers, Gaussian timers, and the uniform timers as well, in detail, and when to use which one. So stay with me till the end. I will reveal one timer combo that even seasoned testers miss. Okay, so let's not waste our further time and let's start with the video. Alright, so this we have already understand. By default, JMeter sends a request as fast as possible, which is very unrealistic. And for most real world scenario, timer help introduced delay between the request. Alright, so this is pretty much clear. So what we are going to do right now. So we are in this video, we are going to learn three types of timers and how to use them in live in JMeter. So the first timer is constant timer, which gives us a fixed delay. Okay, the second one is uniform random timer, which basically gives us a random delay in a fixed range, and the third one is Gaussian timer, which will give a natural or a random distribution. Don't worry if this feels overwhelming, which we will explore each of them in detail in JMeter. So let's hop back to our JMeter, and this is the JMeter. If you remember from our last video, we have already set up everything, HTTP request, we have done the parameterization as well, and we have understood how to read reports and everything. All right, so in this video we are going to explore timers. All right, cool. So we click on HTTP request and we just right click on this and we click on add and we click on timers. So as soon as we click on timers or just hover on timer, you will be able to see this many options. So these many timers JMeter provide us. You can use any one of them based on your choice, but in detail in this video we are going to explore constant timer, uniform random timer, and the Gaussian random timer. So these three are important timers and mostly it covers all the 99.99% scenarios, and probably you will not face any difficulty. There's one more timer which is JSR223 timer. So basically here you can write your custom logic for your timer. So probably you want any custom business logic. For example, for certain API you want to wait for 5 seconds, but for after some hit you want to wait for 15 seconds. So you can have a natural your own algorithm as well. All right, but first let's explore constant timer. So to add constant timer, we just click on constant timer over here, and it's a very simple thing. The first one is name. I will keep the name as it is. Comments, it's your choice, whatever you want to keep it. The third variable, which is the thread delay, here you can play with your timers. So probably this is 300 millisecond. You can change the timer to 400, 500, or any number of your choice. What it will do, it will have a constant delay between two requests. So for example, in our HTTP request, when we go to thread group, we have one thread and we are hitting it 2 times, or we can make it a larger number, 5 threads, and we are hitting 5 times. So 5 5s are 25. So 25 hits will be there on the API. This I have already explained how 25 is coming. All right, you can check the previous video as well. Okay, so if there are 25 hits on the API and I put a timer of 300 millisecond, it means as soon as the first hit go to the API, after 300 millisecond the second hit will go, after 300 millisecond the third will go, after 300 millisecond the fourth will go. So this way it will get executed. All right, so this is how constant timers work. Let me just play it so that you can have a better understanding. You can look here, 0 by 0 the threads are getting up, and let me play it first. So I click on play button, I go to view result tree. So you can see it's a batch processing. After 300 millisecond, all the 5 threads are hitting. So first 5 threads, then second 5 threads, third 5 threads, fourth 5 threads, and fifth 5 threads. Okay, so in a batch it's getting hit in every 300 milliseconds. All right, cool. So this was constant timer. I can now explain you the other timers as well. So let's clear this. All right, we don't need this. We can open the logs if you want. So options, log viewer. Okay, so for a better understanding, let's remove constant timer now and let's use a different type of timer. Okay, so remove. I right click on HTTP request, add timers, and we can have uniform random timer now. Alright, so uniform random timer name I will keep as it is. Comment, it's on to you, it's up to you. Now what does uniform random timer does? It basically, in constant what it was happening, there was a constant wait of 300 millisecond after every hit. But in uniform random timer it will be a uniform, like some random number, probably by 300 millisecond, 100 millisecond, 150 millisecond, but in a range wherever until you want it, right? So here we have two variables. The first variable is random delay maximum. So in a range, what maximum timer you want. So let's say I want maximum 300 millisecond and constant delay offset in milliseconds. So basically it is your minimum. Okay, offset. So the formula goes like this: 0, 300, basically the random delay 300 multiplied by your timer plus the offset. Okay, or you can have it as, okay, so what does it do? If this you set, if the timer you set it to 0, then the 0 but offset will be your plus, so it is your minimum. All right, so this is how it works. So you can, I'm setting the offset to 100 millisecond. So now it's a range between 100 to 300 millisecond at a random time. Okay, to check it in our result tree, it will be very fast, we will not be able to check it. So let's take a bigger number, for example 500, and let's take here 900. Okay, why is it not coming? Once again, 900. Okay, so between 500 to 900 millisecond you will be able to see the difference. Let's play it. See, can you see? All right, so there's a random time difference between all of the requests which are coming in. So this is what the uniform random timer is. Okay, now let's remove this as well. To remove this, right click and just remove. Okay, yes. Now the last but very important, we need to understand the Gaussian random timer, because most of the time you will be using the Gaussian random timer only. What it does, I will explain you. You click and you add it. Now, so basically, if you go over here also, you can see it's a human like varied delays. Okay, so it gives you a very natural tone in like how in real world scenarios the API will be getting hit, because in real world there is no like constant timer, because not I'll not come and after every 300 second I will hit it, right? So it's basically, it replicates the human behavior. A Gaussian timer, it's a mathematical algorithm, it's a mathematical formula which they have converted into a timer. Okay, so it's a random distribution, and we have to configure two variables over here. Okay, the first variable is deviation, the second variable is constant delay offset. Okay, so deviation will tell you about how much deviation you want. So basically in human life, so in how many like you can understand it like in how much time the human is coming, and how much do you want to deviate from the exact result. Okay, so you can set it somewhere between 200. This will work for you. Okay, and constant delay offset, it means the minimum what you want to set. So minimum, let's set it to 50 milliseconds. Okay, and now let's go to view result, clean it, and let's play it over here. Now you can see it's a random distribution, it's a very random, and it replicates the human behavior. All right, so this is what timers are. I hope you have understood the timers. If you have any doubt, you can come back to the comment section. I reply to each and every comment. And in the next video, we will be exploring more advanced and more interesting topics. So if you have liked the video, you can consider subscribing or liking based on your choice. Until then, bye bye, see you, take care. I will see you in the next video.